Hey, beautiful souls. I want to talk about the era that I believe that we're in, and then we're going to enter into more. This divine human era is marked by a few different characteristics. And if these characteristics resonate with you, it means that you are also in it, stepping into it. And it's exciting because that means we are doing it together. We are here as co-creators and as cooperators, which is the first defining characteristic of this era, that it's cooperation over competition. We're living in a time where we have seen what severe competition can lead to, what that feels like even within your own self. It doesn't feel good. It can give you a high, it can give you a rush, it can give you a sense of accomplishment, success. But if we're operating against one another, against other things, against the planet, is it really going to bring positive things? It's not. It's going to bring short-term gratification. So the divine human era is that we are in cooperation with, one, all parts of self, two, with each other, three, with the planet. And those all go hand in hand. They don't have to be worked separately, because when we are working in one of those areas, typically starting from ourselves and then expanding out, it affects all other areas. So that's the first defining characteristic of this era. The divine human era is also not an alone and lonely place of where you are accomplishing, living on your own against the world, right? And that's that competitive spirit again. That's tied hand in hand with the rugged individualism of the United States and reflected in other cultures as well, certainly. We're not alone. Not just that we have each other to work with and cooperate with, but we have source consciousness to tap into. When we tap into the source of all that is, it's information for us. It is a resource. And it is a guide. We can gain so much by tuning in to that information, to where we are not just making decisions, not just alone, but also not just for ourselves, because we are working with source consciousness. We are co-creating with source consciousness. And therefore, it affects all. Everything we do affects all. Anyway, no matter what, even if you're conscious to it or not. But the more we are conscious to it, the more that we are conscientious with our choices, then the more we do impact positively all that is. Source consciousness is our direct link to all the information that exists everywhere from all times. So how powerful is that, to be able to tap into that? And that's what the divine human era means. We step more fully into the gifts that we have, the ability that we all have to connect to that information. Characteristic number 3 is a grounded vitality. What this means is that our energy, our sense of fullness and joy and spirit and love and the things that fill us are not something that we seek from out there, quote unquote. In the spiritual space, in the spiritual world, a lot of people do seek that vitality and that sense of wholeness and love from an outside source, even if that outside source is a spiritual symbol. We're gaining this through and from within, from the source of our own truth, our truth as a divine being, our truth as a multidimensional being that isn't just our ego mind. It is multidimensional within ourself, as well as interdimensional with all things. Being able to tap into that is both an expansion and a deepening. It's all happening at the same time. It's one and the same. As we ground ourselves in the reality of that, ourselves as a vessel of it, we're generating it and we're receiving it. We're expanding and we're contracting. We are deepening and we are spreading. All of it is happening all at once. And when we can tap into that, our energy is used in its true sense. We are not trying to just gain that energy from some sort of outside source. And we're not just trying to generate it from within, disconnected from all else. But it does mean that we root ourselves here in the vessel that we were given, in this body, in this selfness, and making sure that that vessel is as pure or as attuned or as vibey a vessel as it can be. The last characteristic of the divine human era is harmonic balance, being in harmony with all those aspects of self, with others, and with all that is. Harmony with our planet and the universe as a whole. This balance is always happening. We can fight the balance or we can harmonize with the balance. Harmonizing with the balance means that we are accepting of when something's not necessarily going our way, or when things seem crappy, or things aren't producing in the way that we want it to, and accepting that as part of the path, part of the life, part of what we are here to do and learn from and experience. Through that acceptance, through that joyful experience of all things, we actually get to harmonize our balancing act. So the balancing act, as I said, is happening all the time anyway, but do you want to be on a balance that goes from one extreme to the other extreme, or balancing that is more gentle, is a fun ride rather than a scary ride? We do that through choice. We do that through consciousness of the power that we have to impact and create our own life. We do that through choosing the things that keep us in that steady level, which is going to continue to go up and down, but maybe not at the same extremes as you've been experiencing in the past. Harmonizing is never just one note. It's a harmonizing between notes, between highs and lows, between dark and light and opposites and different tones. And the harmonizing we're doing is the conscious living of making choices that create a beautiful harmony or a beautiful frequency rather than a discordant, uncomfortable, scary one. Both are going to continue to balance you, equalize you. It's just a matter of what kind of ride you want to take. Those are what I consider the four most important characteristics of the divine human era. In an article I wrote about the divine human era, which you can find on my website, and the link is in the show notes. All of you who are interested in what can I do to actually get into resonance with this divine human era, because I feel this is speaking to me. You can read about a few simple things that we can all do to step into and align and attune to this era. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of you connecting to the depth and the truth of who you are and to all the possibility of what you can create. So drop by my website, CarissaSt. Laurent.com. Check out that article. The link is in the show notes. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you in any way, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for future content. I'll see you next time.